And joining us now is hopefully a rested and hydrated Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey. Senator, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I just want to say, I mean, your speech was
so good to be back with you.
It's good to have you. Your speech was a big part of what this made this week a big one for Democrats, in my opinion. I mean, it was inspiring. Lots of things happened. I think it was a good sign. And you spoke a lot about the role of Americans in making what John Lewis would called good trouble. And you were out there this weekend. In addition to doing what you did on Monday, you were out there this weekend at a local anti-Trump protest. You were held at town hall. Point is, you've been out there. I just gave my take on how I think this was one of the best political weeks for Democrats since the election. But how are you feeling about this week?
I'm really proud. And it's not about Democrats or Republicans right now. I'm just proud of Americans that saying I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, that I'm hearing the voices of my neighbors who are hurting, who are scared, who are afraid, who've lost their jobs, who are in danger of losing their health care, who've lost benefits and services at Social Security. And I'm going to join in the fight. And I'm going to stand for my family. I'm going to stand for my parent with Alzheimer's who relies on Medicaid, my neighbor who has a child who's disabled who relies on Medicaid. I'm going to stand for the veterans. I'm going to stand for people who've seen their retirement security explode, who've seen their prices go up. I'm going to stand for people that are being disappeared off of American sidewalks. I'm going to stand for scientists who've seen their funding for their critical research cut. I just love that folks are waking up, are standing up, are speaking up, and who are demonstrating what, to me, is power, because that's what we need right now. There are very powerful people, the richest man in the world and the most powerful man in the world who occupies the White House. They're so powerful, but still, American history is a perpetual testimony to the truth that the power of the people is greater than the people in power, if we use that power. So to see more people engaging, more people stepping out and stepping up, that is inspiring. It's a tough, long battle ahead, but the necessary ingredient is for us to turn apathy into action.
I want to talk to you about what this means ahead in just a moment, because I think that's such an important part of this. But I read something about your speech. I read that the first thing you did post-speech, or one of the first things I should say, was pull a slip of paper out of your pocket with a line from the book of Isaiah that said, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." People who know you know that you're a spiritual person, and that's a big driver for you. But I just wanted to know from you, why did you pick that, and why did you have it in your pocket, and what did it mean to you?
Well, you're making me a little emotional. I'm here because of my faith and my family and a great community. Literally, I'm in a van right now doing this interview outside of a church. You know, I was always taught that before you tell me about your religion, first show it to me and how you treat other people. Before you tell me how much you love your God, show it to me and how much you love all of God's children. That faith is best seen and not heard. And so I was raised in a small black church in Bergen County, New Jersey, by parents who taught me about the conception of radical love of others. And I wanted to get everything out of my pocket because I knew I was going to be standing for all those hours, and I just didn't want it no weight. So I put my wallet in my desk drawer in the office, but I pulled that Bible verse that one of my team members had given me 7 years ago that I've kept, that tattered piece of paper. And I said, okay, I'm not going to take my keys, my wallet, everything out of my pocket, but I'm going to hold on to that one Bible verse. In many ways is a symbol of the struggle that we're in right now, and this understanding that a lot of people are hurting, but weeping will endure through the night, but joy cometh in the morning. And a lot of people are walking through difficult times, but, you know, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, fear no evil, for not just that God's with us, but we are with each other. And so that's where my strength comes from. That's how I was taught as a child, and that's the values I want to live. And I think Democrats make a mistake when we don't talk about how important faith is to us. Even though I know that I've learned from my Bible study and my mom teaching Sunday school that religion shouldn't be boastful and braggadocious. It should be humble before the glory of God that exists in everybody in humanity. And that's what I saw yesterday at this rally in Montclair, New Jersey, is I saw the divinity in thousands and thousands of people who thought it not robbery to come out of their house on a chilly, rainy day and stand up for their neighbor, because that's the kind of love of country, the love of each other that we really need right now.
One of the things that is a characteristic of yours is you acknowledge when you've made mistakes or when you change a course, and you've talked a little bit about that in terms of how you've approached nominees recently. And you made a point of saying that you've been imperfect in your long speech the other night. I'm sure you can't remember every moment. I was curious, I mean, when you got off the floor after 25 hours, after not eating, not drinking, not using the bathroom, what happened was it was your party, the entire Senate, I should say, moved forward on the nomination of Matt Whitaker as NATO ambassador, meaning no one used the power to put a hold on him. That's one example. Obviously, there's lots of power and lots of things happening in Washington. But have you had discussions over the last couple of days with leadership, with other colleagues, about the need to take more aggressive steps to block nominees?
Yeah, I get to serve in a body with a whole bunch of really incredible human beings who all have incredible lives. Literally, I get to sit in that back row, and in my back row is a literal astronaut, the guy that has been a fighter pilot and defied gravity, on the same row as somebody like Tammy Duckworth, who is literally has lost her legs in combat. These amazingly heroic, committed people who struggle with trying to find out what is the best way at this moment that America is calling on their leadership, what's the best way to serve. And all of us have tried things, stumbled, struggled, and tried to figure out how do we honor the traditions and really the decorum of the Senate, but yet at the same time show that we are fed up and want to fight. And so those discussions go on, and each individual senator has to make their decisions. But I'm proud of the 47 that I've been in, and I think all of us, including myself, know that what we've been doing is inadequate and we need to do more. And I think what you're seeing right now and what you're going to see over the coming weeks and months, you've talked about it a little bit, is a lot of people that are going to follow the leadership of our states, because we are seeing people who've worked 2 shifts and then are coming out to rallies. We have seen people who are carrying their children because there's no child care available for them. They're carrying their children with them to rallies to speak up. And so in many ways, the people are leading right now. And I know that a lot of us are committed to being with them in that fight. And I'm excited about this moment. I could feel folks waking up. I could feel the energy. I can feel the wave growing. And it's not a Democratic wave or a blue wave. It's a wave of saying this president is toxic, chaotic, demeaning and degrading, and is hurting American people, and we're not going to stand for it.